I'm Evewynn. Well, this is a D20. This is not me. This is my voice. I'm Evewynn, and I'm going to show you how I polish my dice. I've been seeing a lot of talk lately about pottery wheels and spinning things, and some people are having problems with it. And I wanted to let you know there's an alternative that doesn't involve a pottery wheel or anything spinning at a high rate of speed. And it is also not too bad for those who might have a little bit of pain going on with things. And you know, you don't want to be sitting there polishing for 4 hours on one face. So here's how I do it. It's lickety split, wicked quick. I have psoriatic arthritis and I have scoliosis. So here's what I do to save time and to get a darn good polish. Here's one of my D20s. It's very matte, as you can see. It's got a little bit of light reflectivity, but it's pretty matte all across the board. Let me zoom in. No, it's all right. This one's got a tiny surface hole in it on the 2 face, which is okay because it's one of my Taz ones and I don't sell these, so I can use it for a demo. So all I'm using is a glass cutting board and polishing papers. Now, I'm seeing the word Zona papers thrown around a lot. I don't believe they're branded Zona. I believe that's just one of the distributors. Don't hold me to that. I don't know. I've never purchased Zona papers under that name. I don't know what that's all about, but these are what I get, and they seem to be the same color array and the same grit. So just to show you how I have it set up, I have the strips, and I duct tape them to a glass cutting board. Let's try to get this up. There you go. Glass cutting board. They're wet right now because you want a wet sand. But I digress. They're just the polishing strips. I've got them duct taped, although the tape is starting to let go from the water, which is not too bad. It's all right. So I've got these all taped down in order from coarse to the fine. And these 2 are layered at the end here. Whoop, as you can see, so I can flip one up like a hinge, because I just didn't have enough room for all of them. If they had a slightly bigger cutting board, it might have been better, but that's all right. It is a very flat surface. It is glass, so that helps you get a nice, smooth, even polish per face. And what I do is I start down here, and I go all the way back. And I've heard of people spending 30 or 20 minutes on a face just to get it polished or really nice, or spinning it on the little wheelie thing, so you don't need to do that. So let's see, I'll start with, which face should be easy to see? Let's start with good old 6. Boop. So as you can see, sorry about my neighbors, the 6 is pretty matte because it came out of the mold mat. And I'm going to do just a couple of passes on each level, and then it'll be like glass. So I'm going to start this out. You want to make sure your surface is wet. This is pretty soaking wet, but I'm going to wet it again just to be sure. And you're going to want to wear gloves. I swear the most important thing of all when sanding, especially wet sanding, any kind of sanding, wear gloves. I mean it. I really mean it. Gloves and glasses. Thank you. So we're going to start with a 6, and I'm going to put it flat down on this surface, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not putting a ton of pressure on, just a little bit, not a lot. You don't want to grind the number off the face. So about 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's on the 2nd level. Now on to the 3rd level, which is the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to wipe this off and show you. It's starting to get a little smoother. That was the blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. You can start to see the clarity come in. See that? Wham. And that's only like halfway. That was the pink, right? Okay, so next is this lighter green color. Now forgive me if I get the colors mixed up. I am RG colorblind, so I can't tell half of these. That's why I keep them taped down so they don't jump around. So next one's going to be this one. I tend to do it about 6 to 10 times. 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, not putting pressure on. I'm not hurting my wrists in any way. I'll wipe this off just again. Look at that. You could even stop there. Look at that clarity. I'm going to go further. So I put this little guy up here. And this is, it says like a light green, but I'm super duper RG colorblind, so it looks white to me. But here's the final level, and this will get you that really glass polish finish. You can do any of these as many times as you want, and I think it'll work a little bit better because, you know, it's a little more refinement. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to wipe this puppy. Whoop, get off the water. Look at that. You can see the difference. Look at that. Boom. And you can see the color is richer, brighter, and the glitter is very clear. And that's how I do my dice. Wham. No pottery wheel needed. No extensive amount of time doing this. Again, I have rheumatoid arthritis. Well, rheumatoid arthritis, which is psoriatic arthritis. I go to the rheumatologist for it. And my joints, and I have scoliosis in my back, so I can't stay hunched over all the time working on the desk. But I found this to be wicked quick, wicked cool, and very easy. And my main suggestion is, besides the gloves and the eyewear, you want to keep these clean. You want to keep them free of grit. Like, I learned the hard way that if you're going to do trimming of this stuff off the sprues, you don't want to do it anywhere near here, because even the tiniest little bit is going to get on there and it's going to scratch the crud out of your dice. So you may notice the longer you use these papers, you might start to see little lines and scratches and things, and they're just not doing that good of a job. Just replace them. They're not that expensive. I mean, the cutting board, I think, cost me maybe 10 bucks. The papers, oh, what do those go for? Probably another 10 bucks. And then I just have a tray that I keep it on to keep it all in order, because I want to keep this tray away from when I'm trimming and cutting. So, yeah, that's it. I mean, I'll do another face to show you. So, there's the 6. You can see the clarity. Pardon my lisp. Let's do another one. I'll do it on the opposite side. Let's do the Bureau of Balance symbol. All right. So, I'll do this at the regular speed that I normally do it. You don't want to sand too much on the dark green one, because that's just going to wear your number down. It's pretty gritty. And it's very easy on my arm, my wrist, and being on a tray, I can angle it any way that's comfortable. Going on to the little minty, I guess it's a minty green. And you always keep your paper wet. Dang, that's sparkly. There we go. Gotta hold the flap up, because I don't have a cutting board big enough. There. I did a little extra because I like, wow. Whoa, the glass. See if I can catch the lid. There we go. Look at that. I'm not kidding. I mean, you saw it took maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And that's for one face, so I can bust through these pretty quickly. But again, no pottery wheel needed, nothing flying at a high rate of speed, nothing fancy or expensive. You got a cheap cutting board, you got some polishing papers. I guess Zona is what people are calling them, I don't know why, but polishing papers, cutting board, and then a tray. I just like to rotate it depending on how my grip is, because, you know, my arms get sore after a while, but I mean, not when I'm polishing. But yeah, pretty fluid, pretty easy, pretty quick. I'll do one more to show you. Let's do a face that's far away from the other two. See, oh, that one's touching. There we go, 17. So let's start at 17, pretty matte, pretty dull. We're gonna make that different. 17, put it flat down. pretty quick. And I'm putting no heavy duty pressure on. You don't want to push down too hard because A, it'll probably chew up your dice, and B, it'll probably ruin your papers a lot quicker. Because they're, you know, they're nice papers, but you know, they wear out. And you'll start to notice the color on the paper start to lighten, except for that light white one. Probably can't notice that one, but if I notice they start to get a little old down the line, then I know the other ones are probably getting old too. And if you see scratches start to show up, it pays to check every once in a while. You can, it's not like you can't fix them though. You can always go back to the lowest grit and work your way back up until you get those scratches that accidentally happened out. There we go. Let me see if I can catch them. Like glass. And if you see my Instagram and my website, the polished ones are pretty darn clear. I don't have to use any kind of polish after that. They're good to go. I don't have to coat them with nail polish. I don't have to polish them on top of this. Just straight up water, cutting board, and polishing papers. Duct tape them down. You'll have to replace them, but keep them clean. Wear your gloves always, I swear, and your eyewear. And if you're sanding and polishing, you should be wearing a facial protection as well, because you don't want to breathe that stuff in. You want to make dice forever. Forever. But I hope that helps. I'll rotate this little guy so you can see again. Look at that one. Wham. I don't know about you, but I like shiny trinkets. There you go. Look at that shine. But yeah, wicked easy. No pottery wheel needed. Save yourself some money and invest in paper.